He's too dangerous to be left alive.
No, please. Please don't kill me. No. I didn't mean it.
It's not the Jedi way. He must live.
Don't kill me. I'm too weak.
No!
Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Budget Magic. And this week, we are heading to Modern for a ridiculous, partly viewer-submitted, but somewhat updated, Manaless quote-unquote Affinity deck. A deck that's looking to literally dump its entire hand on turn 1 with the help of Affinity and Improvise and cheap artifacts. It's a ridiculous plan. So let's talk about it really quick, jump right into the game, see it in action. Alright, so here is Manaless Affinity. Thanks to King Daddy Pawnage for sending it. And I made some changes, but here's what we're trying to do with the deck. Our deck has 6 lands, a ridiculously low number, and we could even have less than that technically. So the idea of this deck is we are going to take and have a lot of 0 land hands, but that's fine because we're not really trying to use our lands for mana. Instead, what we're trying to do is have a bunch of 0 mana artifacts, and really, all these cards are essentially replaceable. From Mem Knights to Welding Jars, they all have little upsides, but really, we just want a handful of these cards because we want to choose to go on the draw and then hopefully cast all of our free spells along with some very random Affinity and Improvise spells like Frogmites and Tooth of Krasgora of all things, because if we go on the draw and we have 7 0 mana artifacts in hand and then we draw for our turn, we can empty our hand and finish it off with a Barricade Breaker, a massive 7/5 on turn 1. We can finish it off with Mirror Enforcer, maybe multiple Mirror Enforcers on turn 1, turn 2. We can sacrifice those artifacts to get a 6/4 Salvage Titan and hopefully just beat our opponent down. Like, that's the idea of the deck. All in, empty the hand of cheap artifacts, go, 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 play a big thing, hope that big thing wins us a game. As far as the sideboard, 1 waste for pass, a bunch more free spells, and that's the deck. That is Manaless Affinity, an absurd viewer-submitted updated deck. Let's take it through some games, see if this $88 6-land Manaless quote-unquote monstrosity can compete in Modern. Thanks for watching. I hope you all enjoy it, and I'll be back in a bit with a wrap-up. Today's video is brought to you by Card Kingdom, and you can pre-order all the Kaldheim cards you need by heading over to cardkingdom.com. Alright, Budget Magic time. We are mulliganing with this viewer-submitted Manaless Affinity deck. We just got way too much expensive stuff. We can't can't do anything with this hand. So the idea of this deck is we have technically 6 lands, but they're not really that important to the theme of our deck. So what we're trying to do is hopefully play big artifact things on turn 1. And the mulligan here is a little awkward because this hand would have been really sweet if we weren't on the mulligan. We could have hopefully drawn another 0 mana artifact or free artifact, and we would end up with a Mirror Enforcer and a Salvage Titan, which is 10 power on turn 1. Since we're on the mulligan, we're going to have either Salvage Titan or Mirror Enforcer, I think, because we aren't guaranteed to be able to play Mirror Enforcer, but we are guaranteed to be able to play, we are guaranteed to be able to play Salvage Titan, then we just got to go with that, so we probably got to put back Mirror Enforcer, especially since we got to sack artifacts, and then we're never going to be able to cast Mirror Enforcer, so put back Mirror Enforcer, and, well, now we cross our fingers and we hope that this is enough. Can turn 1 Salvage Titan with probably a Mem Knight left over. What is the game? Opponent Sleight of Hand, so we'll see. Might possibly be Storming. I think this deck's hilarious. The idea is just really funny. Is it good enough? I don't know. Like, the idea is to end up with at least 1, and sometimes if you're lucky, 2 big things on turn 1. And then the question is, what are those things with the game? So, all right, let's get some big things going. Welding Jar. I mean, we just get to empty our hand here, essentially. Run out all of our free stuff. Sacrifice some stuff to Salvage Titan and just cross our fingers. So, 2 Welding Jars, a Bauble, Citadel, probably better known as Ancient Tomb in our deck some of the time. Mem Knight, Ornithopter. Ornithopter is kind of useless. So, we don't really have a way to buff it. I guess Bone Saw, but not really. Let's sack a Land Welding Jar. Ornithopter, I think. Not really sure what our opponent's doing. Sleight of Hand is normally a Storm card, but it is just a cantrip, so other decks could play it. And, alright. Well, we got 2 creatures, 7 power, a redraw, and a Welding Jar on turn 1. Is that enough to beat Storm? Or it's gotta be Storm, right? It looks like Storm. We'll see. We'll see. Opponent ups. Steam Vents untapped down to 18. So we hit for 7. We need 3 turns of attacking with this hand. I think we crack the bobble. Get a peek. Get a redraw. All right, Pyretic Ritual. So it is 1,000% Storm now. No one else is it? And ooh, we have a lot of useless draws at this point, but Tormod's Crypt is not one of them. Bonesaw, on the other hand, is pretty useless. But Tormod's Crypt, Graveyard Hate in the main deck could actually help against Storm, shutting down Past in Flames. Opponent ops. Yeah. To the bottom goes to 11. Well, play the Tormod's Crypt. Out of all the random free artifacts we could have drawn, Tormod's Crypt is definitely the best. Oh my god, this deck is so goofy. Voted. Electromancer. Okay. We draw. 1, 2. Yeah, we can't improvise that. That is one of the issues with the Salvage Titan start is it does require sacking artifacts that we could improvise later. Well, you know what, Salvage Titan. And let's see. Like, normally, if your opponent untaps with Electromancer and their Storm, they can win. Tormod's Crypt is a bit of hate. Is that going to be enough? Like, we can potentially fizzle a Past in Flames. I mean, it's kind of worked. Opponent pathway. Well, they probably got to go for it. Or play, ooh, all right, 2 Electromancers. Well, I guess our opponent can try to block their way out of it. Well, we untap, we go to combat, we smash ya. Opponent's got to block with at least 1. All right, opponent blocks. Well, Salvage Titan, sack. Keeping this Tormod's Crypt. We're keeping this forever. This is our hope. All right, don't kill us. Don't kill our stuff. Just die, please. Opponent untaps. Is it happening? Shiv and Reeve. And oh, this deck. I do love the idea of this deck. I don't know how many games we're gonna win, but the idea is hilarious. Desperate Ritual. Past in Flames. Well, I guess we just gotta do it now. Hopefully they don't have instants to cast in response. They can let this resolve and then cast instants and still flash them back. Ooh, okay. Oh, maybe? Maybe? Is it happening? Yes. Okay. It worked. It worked even on the mulligan. That was surprising. Well, we will take it. Leyline of Sanctity. So I think we want the Leyline of the Voids. All right, let's go down 1 Salvage Titan, even though it was good that game. Go down 1 Foundry Assembler. Go down 1 Sanctum of Ugin and a Tooth. Yeah, all right. Let's try it like that. Actually, I kind of feel like if we're bringing in Leyline, we'd rather have Salvage Titan than Barricade Breaker. Because Leyline in our opening hand means less artifacts and less ability to turn 1 Barricade Breaker. But as we saw in that game, we mulled to 6, cast a Salvage Titan on turn 1, and somehow that was enough. Ooh, interesting. All right. I mean, we're going to keep this. Start with a Leyline. I mean, we just need any cheap artifact if we can have Salvage Titan and... Well, I guess we have Salvage Titan and Frogmite next turn. Well, we need 1 more artifact, right? Well, let's see what we draw. Memnite. Well, play Memnite. Play Welding Jar. Play Mishra's Bauble. Play Mishra's Bauble. Play Frogmite. Opponent Ops. Play Sanctum, Salvage Titan. Yeah, we'll sack all the non-creatures. All right, there we go. Can you beat it? Can you beat it? We have 6, 7, 8, 9 power on turn 1. That's not a bad start. That's not a bad start. And a Leyline. Is this actually gonna work? It feels so funny and janky, but maybe? Opponent, Manamorphose. Wow. There's no way they storm off without a Brawl or Electromancer and a Leyline. I cannot imagine at this turn. All right, opt. And, well, Briber's Purse. That could actually be a little bit relevant, because we can use it to get a blocker out of the way if our opponent finds, like, a Brawl. Well, hit ya. We still need 3 turns. Opponent goes to 11. So we can hit our opponent to 2, and now we need 1 more turn. Opponent plays a land, and... All right, so opponent is basically going to set up for next turn. Wow. Manamorphose Desperate Ritual. All right, well, we hit our opponent down to 2. Another Leyline doesn't do anything. Well, hit you to 2, and we hope our opponent can't storm off. The downside is if our opponent can empty the Warrids, it's going to be really hard to get in 2 points of damage because they're just going to have so many blockers. So we got to hope that doesn't happen. They have 7 cards. They go to 1. They can't use their graveyard, which is a bit of good news. So we just We just click F6, kick back, see if it was enough. Ritual. We know there's a Metamorphose. Passion Flames doesn't do anything. I don't think we care too much about Grape Shot unless they can kill us, because we can get back Salvage Titan next turn. Empty the Warrens, though, very afraid of. Empty the Warrens is the nightmare payoff here. Just because that's so many 1/1s that we're never going to get through about it. Fizzle, just die. Okay, Grape Shot. Are they Grape Shotting? All right, they're going to kill some creatures. Oh, Grape Shot, Remand Grape Shot. Well, I guess on the other hand, if they can Grape Shot enough times to kill our entire board, it is going to take us a while to rebuild. Because we need 2 artifacts to sack to this Salvage Titan. I wonder if we should have sacked the Memnite? I don't even know. We could have sacked like Memnite on turn 1, and we would have gotten in less damage, but we'd have an extra artifact that doesn't die to Grape Shot. So opponent, yeah, double Grape Shot, kills our board. Well, now we hope we draw free artifacts and eventually get back to Salvage Titan. Will it be enough is a real question. So I guess we should have been a little afraid of Grape Shot. Still better than Empty. Oh, we had to sack the Welding Jar too. Yeah, I wonder if our sacks were just not right. If we had kept the Welding Jar, yeah, I don't even know. Maybe the plan of trying to keep all the creatures was just, well, okay. Well, the fact that this Memnite lives is interesting, because that means I think our opponent could have killed it. The fact that this Memnite is still alive means that we actually just win. I think our opponent made a mistake. I actually don't know what would have happened here. I think our opponent had enough storm counters to kill the Memnite, but the triggers did not go exactly right. However, I guess we take it. What would we have drawn? Welding Jar. Okay, so I mean, let's say this Memnite died. We would have been able to get back our Salvage Titan in 2 turns. Welding Jar into Tooth, get back Salvage Titan. So maybe we would have still had a chance, and then Mirror Enforcer. Well, that kind of worked. That actually really sort of kind of worked. Huh. All right, Manaless Affinity. Go. All right, budget magic time. More Manaless Affinity, and So the problem with this hand is we don't actually have a payoff, like at all, which I guess means we got a mulligan. Well, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. The problem with this hand is our payoff's a 3/3. Which is just not that big. Unlikely to be big enough to win us the game. Bloodstained Mire. Oh dear. If it gets Thoughtseize, then we're go Ornithopt. Oh, well, haha. You can't take our Foundry Assembler. Please don't have a Lightning Bolt. All right, well, 1, 2, 3. I mean, I guess we need to draw either one of our small number of lands or another free artifact. Takes a bobble. Opponent gets to draw another card. Oh, dear. Okay. Well, I don't think there's any sense in really playing anything. Blood Crypt, untapped. Bonded Courier. Opponent gets and hits us. Passes. Well, alright. Awkward. Play this. Play this. Play this. Play this. Sack this. Pass the turn. Oh, this deck's so ridiculous. It is so all or nothing and swingy. So, I mean, turn 2 Salvage Titan's not bad. The bad news is we did have to sack a lot of artifacts. Really? Getting frisky with the Bonded Courier. Oh, that probably means Lightning Bolt, right? All right, we'll take it. I think our opponent's setting up block, Lightning Bolt, and then the game ends. Oh boy, we really need the Salvage Titan to go all the way. Oh, play Welding Jar. Go attacking. Opponent blocks. Well, we pass. There's the Bolt. We will Welding Jar. Yeah, okay. Opponent gets in with the Bonded Courier. Player getting a lot of cards under there. Passes. Well, not casting that for a minute. Well, attack you. Down to 9. Downside is this lets Death Shadows come online and Scourges opponent. Ugh. Yeah, that's not good for us. All right. Well, play Bone Saw past the turn. I mean, we did some things, especially considering we were on the mulligan and got Thoughtseize. All right. Yeah, well, on the game 2. Yeah, I mean, we can get back this Salvage Titan eventually, but there's just no way that Salvage Titan is going to get through the Death Shadow. I'm not actually sure we change. We could bring in Leyline, but is it worth it? Like, we can bring in Leyline to prevent discard, which is relevant, but then it's also less... You know what? Maybe we go on these Foundry Assemblers. I feel like the Foundry Assemblers are kind of meh. Like, sure, we can play a 3-3, but is playing a 3-3 even worth it? Yeah, all right. Bring the ley lines. Go down the Assemblers in one tooth. We will choose to go on the draw. We really need the extra card in hand. Ooh, You know, I think we keep this. I think... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. All right, it's risky because we don't have a payoff, but we do have a ley line. And ley line can be very good against our opponent's deck. And now we just got to hope we draw into a payoff of some kind. Well, all right, Yorgo opponent. Blood Crypt, untapped. I don't think our opponent realized they were playing first. Payoff. Opponent cracks, takes a peek. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. I mean, one more turn. If we get any free artifact, then we get the Barricade Breaker, and then we hope. Knight's Whisper, draw some cards. Opponent hits us. All right, so Darksteel Citadel. Briber's Purse. Bone Saw. Welding Jar. Briber's Purse. Paradise Mantle. Tormod's Crypt. Barricade Breaker. And there we go. Can you beat a 7-5? Probably, but yeah, hopefully not. Blood Crypt for our unit. Oh, dear. That's not good. That's not good at all. Well, I mean, that is the downside of our plan is if our opponent can answer our big play, then we're pretty much just done for. And now I think we're to the done for stage of the game. I think we bobble ourselves and see if we're drawing anything relevant. Well, Salvage Titan is sort of relevant, but our opponent's just kind of gone off already. Down to 12. Saxa Courier. Bloodstained Mire. Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. Then they definitely got us. Well, I think that's kind of how this deck goes. You get some fast wins, but boy, you get some brutal losses. Yeah. All right, next time. All right, budget magic time. We are playing some Manaless Affinity. Oh, wow. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, dear. I mean, we are going to keep this. It's a little awkward, but we'll see. Oh, please don't Thoughtseize us. Swamp, Ether Vial, well, Bonesaw, Welding Jar, Sanctum, go. We can flash in the tooth. And then we get to play Mem Knights. Ooh, zombies, eh? Wayward Servant. Well, tooth ya. Opponent gets a zombie. Passes. Well, tooth. Frogmite. Mirror Enforcer. Sack it. Mirror Enforcer. I mean, this is a start. This is a turn 2. Mirror Enforcer. Well, and now we attack. We attack and attack and attack and hope and hope and hope. Will it be enough? I mean, this is a ridiculous start, though. Turn 2, we're going to have 7, 11, 15, 19 power plus ways to pump. Well, yeah. Barricade Breaker, and do we win the game? I don't know, but that was a heck of a turn 2. Opponent vials in. A Crypt Breaker drains us, untaps. Cavern, Zombie, Carrion Feeder, drains us. Another Vial. Wow, we actually got a shot. Opponent passes. Vials. Tidallow Sculler. Can't take the Darksteel Citadel. Good time to draw one of our 6 lands. Well, Citadel. Equip the Bonesaw. And, here we come. What a sweet start. That was like a spectacular start to this game. I think it might be enough. Like, we have a lot of power. Go to combat, swing with everything. This is like some old school Affinity action with some jank thrown in. Opponent blocks. Well, we will pump. Tooth going off. Oh, opponent's gonna draw a card, lose a life. We will tooth. And then I think we save our Frogmite. Opponent goes to 2. Okay, that was a turn. That was a turn. Wow. Okay, it's happening. The good games are hilariously good. This was the best start we've had with the deck by far. Like, that was an absurd start. Like, over the top, as good as it gets start. Almost 20 power on turn 2. Opponent, yeah, taking up their vials, playing a swamp. I'm sure that's not what they wanted. And I assume this is game. Dread Wander goes up to 3. Yes, definitely game. Alrighty then. Go Barricade Breaker. Oh, this game, so good. I mean, our opponent's just dead, right? We can tooth unblock things. They can, like, draw a card. That doesn't matter. This can't block. They're super dead. Well, score 1 for the good guys. Opponent, Desperation card draw. Wayward Servant. And now death looks inevitable. Okay. Well, close to 20 power on turn 2, good enough, apparently. Do we want to change anything? So Leyline of the Void shuts down Gravecrawler shenanigans. Leyline of Sanctity, not worth it. Gutshot does seem to hit some things. Gutshot might be worth it. Let's go down the Foundry Assemblers. I feel like Foundry Assembler is the weakest card in the deck. Let's go 3 Gutshots, down 3 Foundry Assemblers, and try to do that again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2. Yeah, because this is a soul land for Mirror Enforcer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, well, let's try it. Don't thought seize us. I mean, we get to dump our hand, and then we see if it's enough. Another payoff would be sweet to get just a little extra power going. Cavern of Souls, untapped, and Crypt Breaker. That is a good zombie, but can it beat the Onslaught? Darksteel Citadel, Welding Jar, Bone Saw, Tormod's Crypt, Ornithopter, Memnite, Briber's Purse, Mirror Enforcer. Go. That's what we got. Our hand is on the table on turn 1. Can you beat it, zombies? I mean, that's what this deck does. It dumps it out and puts you to the test. Unclaimed Territory on zombie. And a Dreadwander. That's fine. And a Carrion Feeder. Thankfully cannot block. Opponent. Passing. Frogmite's actually decent. Play Frogmite. Bonesaw the Ornithopter. Attack with everything. Opponent down to 14. Ooh. Untap land down to 11. That's actually not horrible for us. Diagraph Capton. Alright. Pumping the zombies. Well, we are going to keep attacking. That is all we can do. Opponent passes. Well, we will accept another Frogmite. Play a Frogmite. Make it so Dread Wanderer can't block. And attack. Opponent. Wow. Oh no. It has Death Touch. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. Whew. Good thing our opponent wanted to draw that card. I totally forgot that thing had Death Touch. So we almost gave up our Mirror Enforcer for nothing. But this is fine. We kill the Lord. We keep our Mirror Enforcer. Opponent sacks it. Sure. That's still fine. Opponent goes to 7. Untaps. Opponent. Gravecrawler. Thankfully cannot block. Wow, red mana? Is this Grixis zombies? That's spicy. I mean, the good news for us is our opponent has 2 creatures that can't block, which definitely helps. Dreadhorde Butcher. Okay, that can block. Opponent gets in with the Carrion Feeder. I mean, I'm pretty sure we just keep swinging with everything and doing what we can do. Yeah, down to 18. Untap. Surprise. Go to combat. Attack with everything. Opponent blocks. Blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, play tooth. Pump. About it. Draws a card. Goes to 6. Goes to 1. Sacks. Grows. Alright, so stays at 2. Thanks to sacking the Butcher. That's fine. Now, opponent goes to 2. And I think we just pass. Yeah, we're not going to exile the graveyard at the moment. If our opponent wants to spend their entire turn getting back a tapped Dreadwander, I think we're pretty fine with that. I mean, right now, Ornithopter is lethal. It can get got by removal, but opponent, Cavern, 2 cards in hand. On zombie, again, Geralf's Messenger. That is a good zombie. But I think this Ornithopter is going to finish the game. Ornithopter plus Tooth of Chris Gora. Apparently overpowered. Yeah, alright, whatever. I guess we might as well cash this in now, just in case. Main deck Tormod's Crypt is sometimes surprisingly relevant. Alright, and go Ornithopter for the win. Oh, this deck cracks me up. Opponent draws to 1. I don't think there is a 1 mana colorless Wrath. And yeah, good enough. Good enough. Opponent, they're gonna, you might as well play it to the end. Get back your Gravecrawler. Send a message that you can. And then die to the jig. Well, Yeah. Opponent. Yes, grow that Garrett feeder. I mean, you did make a 6/6. Unfortunately, a little too fast of a start for Manaless, in quotes, Affinity. So, sweet. All right, budget magic time. We are choosing to draw first with Manaless Affinity. Ooh, boy, so close. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I think we gotta keep this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh. Yeah, I don't really like these Foundry Assemblers. I feel like Foundry Assembler is probably the weakest card in this deck. It's a ways away. So, Darksteel Citadel adds 2 for Mirror Enforcer. 1, 2, 3, 4. But even if we draw a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, we need to draw 2 zeros. So we're not doing anything until turn 3. So I guess we got a mulligan. Well, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Draw 0. All right. Well, it's a 6-card hand, but we get a Mirror Enforcer and a Memnite. Is it enough? Little Swift Spear. It's aggro. All right. Well, as long as we draw 0 mana. Oh, that's awkward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Well, good news is once we draw another free artifact, we'll have 2 Mirror Enforcers. I guess we should have played the Darksteel Citadel at least. Kiln Fiend. Okay. Kiln Fiend usually means death is right around the corner. Yeah, playing the Darksteel Citadel helps in case we draw land. All right, well, Darksteel Citadel, Bonesaw, Paradise Mantle. Here we go. The time has come. Paradise Mantle, Memnite, Welding Jar, Ornithopter, Mirror Enforcer. Well, it took us an extra turn, but our hand has been assembled. Your go, opponent. Opponent LOL does. Which I'm LOLing too, so fair enough. Opponent. Another Kiln Fiend. And passes. Well, let's equip. How aggressively do we attack? I'm just worried about dying on the backswing. All right, let's just get in with a Mirror Enforcer. Kiln Fiend is just such a frightening card. I feel like we gotta leave back some amount of blockers. Opponent. All right, here comes the spells, which is basically what we were worried about. Yeah, opponent draws a card, goes to combat, attacks. Well, we block a Kiln Fiend. And block a Kiln Fiend? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we still got enough artifacts. Yeah, block. Sack the Welding Jar. Kill a Kiln Fiend, take a bunch. Another Kiln Fiend. We draw Ornithopter. Well, you know what? I think we go attacking with both Ornithopter. And, yeah, moving over doesn't do anything. All right, well, yeah, here we go. All right, no spells, please. No spells, no death. Just sit back and let the Mirror Enforcers kill you. Opponent, land. That's a good sign. It goes to combat. No attacks. Well, Bonesaw. Put it on Ornithopter. Attack. So opponent, if we attack with this one, let's see. So opponent has to block here. If we attack with this, I can just take it and go to 1. All right, attack. Opponent blocks. Still very concerned that our opponent chaining together cantrips can just kill us. Goes to 5. Oh, this is close. All right, whiff. No cantrips, no double strike. All right, another Kiln Fiend. Opponent has drawn all their creatures, but not many spells. Opponent passes. It's kind of interesting. Well, now I think we move over the Bonesaw, make 2 lethal threats. So our opponent has to double block. Opponent blocks and blocks. All right, one more. We got to fade one more turn. No cantrip chain. No death. Opponent. Whoa, scoops it up. Oh my god. Well, in that case, I think we got very lucky. I will be the first to admit. I think our opponent not drawing spells was pretty fortunate. Unfortunately, we don't really have a way to... this does nothing. This probably does nothing. This does nothing. I guess we run it back. Yeah, all right, run it back. Well, we got that game. I mean, the deck does oddly kind of work for how just weird and ridiculous it is. It really kind of does. Oh, this hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I mean, I think we keep this. I think our best draw is one of our Darksteel Citadels, actually, about it. Because we are a little short from getting down Mirror Enforcer. We will play Welding Jar and pass the turn. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so we're still one of anything away from Mirror Enforcer. And then Mirror Enforcer also gives us a Barricade Breaker. All right. Well, Manamorphose. Ooh, Manamorph. Well, I'm glad they're doing this before there's a Kiln Fiend. Wild Slash, sure. And light up the stage. Well, there's a Kiln Fiend. All right. Well, come on, free artifact. But it gets and hits us. Oh, dear. Well, Briber's Purse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we're still one short. Ooh, all right. Awkward. Not the best time for the Barricade Breaker. I mean, we're also seeing a bit of the inconsistency now, where we are a little dependent on the right card coming off the top of our deck. Opponent gonna get down the Kiln Fiend. Very scary. Gets and hits us. Down to 11. Well, we gotta hit it. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. So awkward. Still one short. The problem is I don't think we'd run out Ornithopter. We just have to hope we live, which is probably not super likely, but now there's a Kiln Fiend. But if Ornithopter dies, then we are forever away from casting anything. Oh, those were so close draws. Like, we were super close to having the Dream Explosive turn, but we've been one artifact / mana away. Got the double strike. Oh, all right. 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so now we're just dead. There it is, but too late again. Yeah, all right. Yeah. Well, I mean, that is the drawback, is we are kind of counting on things to go in a certain way, and if we don't draw the cards in the right order, we can end up just short. Like, we had 6 mana for our artifacts, and if we had 7, we would add 2 Mirror Enforcers and a Barricade Breaker, but we just never got that one more cheap artifact, or we didn't get it in time. Well, we will choose to play last. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Well, the bad news is this is slightly like last game, where if we draw... Well, there's a 0 mana. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 6, 7, Barricade Breaker, Sanctum of Ugin. That Soulscar Mage is a bit annoying. Get a Mirror Enforcer, Gil. I mean, that's a turn 1. That is a turn 1. Awkwardly, the Soulscar Mage's ability to put -1/-1 counters on our creatures is actually a huge issue here. Like, if that was a Swift Spear, I'd feel like we're in great shape, but with Soulscar Mage, they can potentially use those little random burn spells to shrink our creature, and that also gets around Welding Jar, which is good protection for, like, the Braid Plan. So we'll see. We gotta hope they don't have a bunch of burn spells. And then we have a clock. I mean, we have 12 power on turn 1. But the Soulscar Mage does make me a little bit nervous. Land for our opponent. And here comes the Manamorphi. Yeah, draws a card, gets back their mana. Yeah, this is exactly what we were talking about. So they get to shrink down our Mirror Enforcer, which is actually pretty obnoxious. Opponent passes. That gets around our Welding Jar. We draw a Paradise Mantle. Well, go to combat. Hit you with Barricade Breaker. Well, we basically need this Barricade Breaker to go all the way, or to top deck more stuff. And no more burn spells, please, with the Soulscar Mage. Opponent. Land. Another finisher would be, whoa, full price light up the stage. Okay. Looking for burn, hitting, burn. Okay. Not great, not great. That's not great. Well, come on, finisher. I'll play a bobble. Hit you with the Barricade Breaker. Oh, it's going to get shrunk, though. Opponent to 6. But can we actually close it out? They hit the bird spell. Well, let's bobble, see what they're drawing. Kiln Fiend, okay. Swift Spear, Wild Slash, Eyelet. There's a Wild Slash. Oh, the Soulscar Mage is giving our opponent hope, for sure. So down to a 5-3. Opponent attacks. Well, we do get to draw 2. Oh, no. Oh, another one! That's not good. Come on, whiff, whiff, whiff. Whiff, whiff, whiff. Oh, no, it's a bolt. That's real bad. Well, we get to draw 2, but they are 2-nothings. Play a land, play Darksteel Citadel. Hit ya. Oh, that lightning bolt was so big. Yeah, this is exactly what we were worried about, that the Soulscar Mage's ability to shrink stuff down would keep our opponent. Oh, and it's another lightning bolt. Oh, yeah, this is exactly what we were afraid of. That the Soulscar Mage's ability to shrink things down would keep our opponent in the game. And that is precisely what has happened. I mean, it did take our opponent hitting double light up the stage to be able to do it, but yeah, it's going to be tough now. Now we're in a pretty bad spot. Opponent plays a Kiln Fiend. We know they have another Lightning Bolt in hand. Goes attacking. Well, we gotta take it, I think. Down to 12. And there's another bolt. We get to draw 2. Something big, something big. That's interesting. Well, play Paradise Mantle. Play Memnite. Play Salvage Titan. Pass the turn. We can get in for 1? Does that even matter? Yeah, let's just pass. Alright. Opponent draws a card. Untaps. 3 cards in hand again. Oh! Metamorphose. Grows the Dorks. Yeah. And a second Soulscar Mage. And we know there's a Lightning Bolt and 1 unknown card. Alright, opponent goes combat. Attacks with everything. We will block. Opponent bolts the Salvage Titan. Yeah. We drop to 9. We untap. These Soulscar Mages, though. Well, get back Salvage Titan. Go to combat. Attack. Get him, Tooth. Get him, Tooth. Alright, please don't have an instant. Tooth, pump, kill, sack. Welding Jar doesn't even do anything, right? Yeah, sack. Salvage Titan returns past the turn. Okay. This actually ended up being an interesting game. Opponent, really good at finding Soulscars. And passes. I'll go to combat. Attack. Opponent chumps. We pass the turn. Whiff. Keep whiffing. Opponent goes to combat. No attacks. Well, Mirror Enforcer's a minute away. Well, get him with Salvage Titan. Opponent blocks. Were they gonna kill it? Oh, if they drew a burn spell, that's pretty awkward. Wow, it's a Lava Dart. Okay. That's actually 2 burn spells. That's really bad. Alright, we kill us. This Soulscar has dominated this game. Alright, pass the turn. About it. Oh, and that puts us short into Artifact, too. That was a good play by our opponent to kill the Ornithopter. Islet. It's a land, but it's really another card. Draws a card. Goes to combat. I mean, if we draw a free artifact, we get back our Salvage Titan. Well, there's Darksteel Citadel. Paradise Mantle. And I guess we're back at it. Salvage Titan. Exile. Cast it. Well, this is our last shot. This is our last bit of artifacts. Our last threat. Please, Magic Gods, smile upon the jank. Opponent. We're going for the reverse flawless victory here. Kiln Fiend. Pump Fake. That's not good. Opponent passes. Well, we go to combat. We swing. Opponent blocks. Well, Memnite. Go. Staying alive. Opponent adapts. What do they find? Goes to combat. Swings. Well, we block. Oh, they keep drawing creatures. Barricade Breaker, not go. This has been a ridiculous game. Salvage Titan, opponent chubs. Oh my goodness. We're dead to Double Strike. Yeah, well, let's see what they got. Also dead to Lava Dart. Wow. I mean, on one hand, we did not win that game. On the other hand, our deck showed a surprising amount of resilience. For our opponent, like, we're a pretty all-in deck, and our opponent, they had all the bird spells to eat through our stuff. They drew 3 Soulscar Mages. So considering how well our opponent's hand functioned for this matchup, like, mostly, if our opponent doesn't have Soulscar Mage, they just straight up lose that game. And they do 3 Soulscar Mages, and then they top deck the creature for the Killed Feet attack. So, really, that was super, super close. Yeah, all right. On to the next one. All right, budget magic time. We are Manaless Affinitying. And, don't Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize is so... Well, good game, well played, opponent. I mean, that is one of the weaknesses of this deck, that a lot of times we have one big threat that we're relying on, and if the turn 1 Thoughtseize takes our one big threat, then what? The answer is not much. Opponent thinking, passing. Well, that is a Salvage Titan. So, we will Memnite, Paradise Mantle, Briber's Purse, Bonesaw, Welding Jar, Bobble, Salvage Titan, sack. And your go. I mean, we did get a threat down, which is nice. That was exactly what we needed to dodge. Opponent's throwing a Bob. That is exactly what we needed to overcome that thought seize. Planes for our opponent. Runs out the bob. Well, we draw. Go to combat. Attack you. Opponent takes it. Ornithopter. Paradise Mantle. Go. Opponent's down to 11. Dark Confidant. No path, no path, no path. Thought seize. Okay, that's fine. We will accept the thought seize. Opponent. Swamp. Lingering Souls. Alright, that's kind of obnoxious. Opponent. Wow, getting in. Frisky Bob. Alright. Yeah, Lingering Souls is a lot of blockers. An annoying number of blockers. Barricade Breaker. A little late for the Barricade Breaker. Well, get him with Salvage Titan. Let the chumping begin. Dark Confidant gets a land. Swamp. And what? More Lingering Souls. Yeah, it's a lot of blockers. Opponent. Combat. Passes. Well, go to combat. Get in with a Titan. Opponent. Ooh, takes it. Alright, well, Play Bobble. Pass the turn. I mean, opponent's getting in danger of getting bobbed out of this game. They might have to kill their own bob at some point. Shambling Vent. Oh, just kidding. Soren greatly changes the math because of lifelink. Yeah. Alright. Opponent. Yeah, I think that beats us. Opponent passes. Well, crack the bobble. So I guess we gotta hope our opponent flips something big. Oh my god. Elspeth Sun's Nemesis. Elspeth Sun's Nemesis. Oh my goodness. Play a lad. Oh my goodness. Oh, Bob. Bob. Thank you, Bob. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow. The old Bob Elspeth combo. Alright, we will pass the turn. And, yeah, I think our opponent need to attack there, honestly. Bob. Hits a 4 and, wow. Well, we got there somehow. We will dang it. We will dang it. Marrow Shard's in. Marrow Shards actually seems hilarious against all those Lingering Souls, but I mean, I guess our opponent needs to attack with them. I think we can go down the Foundry Assemblers. Probably. We saw Fatal Push. Do they also have Path? They might have Path. Do we care about the Waste? Leyline is okay. Let's just bring in the Gut Shot. 2 Marrow Shards, 1 Gut Shot. I don't even know if we want to kill the Bob, though. Do we want the Bob to die, or do we need it to live? We might need it to live. Yeah, we'll see. We might regret bringing in, or not bringing in Leylines. Leyline is discard protection is helpful. I guess it's also Liliana protection. The problem is, if it's not in our opening hand, we can't cast it. We're not going to bring it in. Sometimes you got to risk it. Ooh, 2 lands. That's odd. Well, I mean, all right. 2 lands is a bit awkward. The odds of having 2 lands are really low. I actually mathed it out with a hypergeometric calculator because I think 1 land is fine, but we never really want 2 lands. Well, Memnite, Welding Jar, Tooth, Citadel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, are we just salvage tightening? Is that what we got to do? And just hope it's enough? It does mean we're probably never going to Barricade Breaker. If we wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, if we wait and we draw a 0, then we could Barricade Breaker. All right, we're going to wait 1 turn. See if we regret it. We might. Barricade Breaker plus Salvage Titan is a lot better than just Barricade Breaker. All right, there's the Bob. All right, free artifact. Marrow Shards. That's not a free artifact. Awkward. All right, we gotta wait 1 more turn. Oh, not super thrilled about this. Bob. Swamp. The problem is if our artifacts start dying, then we're getting further and further away. Swamp. Lingering Souls. Oh boy, no one expects the Marrow Shards. That could be good eventually. Come on, free artifact. All right, well, Sanctum of Ugin kind of works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do we just have to get 2 Frogmites? We can't Mirror Enforcer, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, so we get 1 Mirror Enforcer, 1 Frogmite. Okay, this works. Mirror Enforcer, Frogmite. We get a Barricade Breaker. We play a Frogmite. We play a Mirror Enforcer. We play a Salvage Titan. Sack. And okay. Well, we were a little patient, but we got rewarded in the end with a pretty big board. Opponent gets another land. Marsh Flats. Cracks it. Oh man, this Marrow Shards could potentially be so good. Why don't we go? We're definitely hoping our opponent attacks with the spirits. All right, Lingering Souls. And, oh, opponent found it. Okay. Take some Marrow Shards. Oh, it was going to be such a blowout. Opponent passing. Well, here they come. Will it be enough? Go to combat. Attack you with everything. Opponent blocks. Yeah, let's save a Frogmite. Hit our opponent for a bit, actually a ton, down to 2. Tormod's Crypt, go. Do we have a shot here? I mean, I guess Sorin is the blowout. If they can Sorin and gain back a ton of life, that is going to be a huge issue. Oh my god, they have Sorin. Okay. So that is a huge issue. Takes it up, lifelink. Oh, that's the exact card we need our opponent not to have. Like, the exact card. And now there's no Bob to save us this game. Opponent passes. 1 short. Ugh. Well, attack our opponent. Blocks. Alright, so opponent gains back a ton of life. We will Welding Jar Barricade. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Can't undo. Okay, that's a punt. It's not even lethal. I'm not sure why we did that. I don't know why our opponent blocked that way. They got us though. Well, Alright, pass the turn. Yeah, that was a mistake. Probably better known as I'm gonna get yelled at. Opponent plays a Shambling Vent. If it's another Lingering Souls, then they definitely got us. Just too much life gain with this Sorin. Kaya's Guile gets a Dork and a Sculler. And then this Emblems? Yeah, alright. Oh. Well, I guess the punt didn't actually matter. Attack Sorin. Wow, that was close. That's Sorin. Opponent blocks, yeah, alright. Blocks. Sure. Alright. Well, there was a punt. The punt didn't actually end up costing us, I don't think, anything that game. But yell away if you desire. Alright, on to the next one. Alright. Can we win this and end up with a winning record with one of the weirdest, jankiest decks we have played in a very long time? We will play last. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, so close. I mean, I don't think we can not keep it, but we are short of artifacts for Barricade Breaker. So we're not going to be able to do anything until turn 2. Awkward. Oh boy. All right, that's actually really bad. That means we probably don't get to do anything until turn infinite. Like, seriously, 3, 4, or 5? It's going to be a minute and a half before we get to do anything now. Tags the Ornithopter. Well, let's see what we draw. Memnite. Well, Memnite, Paradise Mantle, Bonesaw. Go. Concealed Courtyard. Opponent has a Tide Hollow Scholar. Well, we will play some Teeth. Opponent gets to take a Barricade Breaker. And passes. Play Welding Jar. Attack. Pump. Opponent. 17. Adapts. Blades. Come on, no Lingering Souls. Oh. Wow, they're playing Ensnaring Bridge. Okay. We literally do not have a card that can beat Ensnaring Bridge. So I think this is just officially over now. I mean, we can wait a turn for our opponent to get empty-handed, but yeah, this one, the Ensnaring Bridge is just a card we don't have a way to beat. We'll wait until they get empty-handed. Like, technically right now we could still attack with Memnite. But once we lose the ability to attack, then there's not really any reason to keep playing. Inquisition, just to get cards out of the hand. Land, card out of the hand. Yeah. Bridge is good. Bridge is real good. Welding Jar. Attack with Memnite. Oh, we got janked out. Well, props to our opponent. They got the right card. And I mean, that's one of the drawbacks, I guess, of the deck is there are things that we just can't beat, and Ensnaring Bridge is on the list. Also Chalice on 0. Alright, Disenchant, and that's the game. Oh. Well, I mean, when you're playing a meme, one of the downsides of playing a meme deck is there's just certain cards that wreck ya, and for us, Ensnaring Bridge is on that list. Alright, well, sweet, I guess. I mean, honestly, I guess this is wrap-up stuff, but the deck did better than I thought it would. Like, I had no idea, and we got to see really explosive games. And even in games that we lost, or matches that we lost to, like, Mono Red Prowess, and that was ridiculously close. We lost to this one in a 3-game match where our opponent just had the Jank 'em Out card. Like, if our opponent didn't have Ensnaring Bridge, we just run away with that game, but they had the Jacob Out card, so not a bad performance for a really weird, really janky, really cheap deck, but alright, be back. So what did we learn this week about Manaless, Affinity, and Modern? And overall, we went 2 and 3, which 2 and 3, I mean, sometimes we do that with non-budget decks, so it's not a horrible record for a budget deck. Obviously would like to win more, and I think we really got to see the good and the bad of the deck. The good of the deck is we can get some ridiculously explosive draws, where we had one game we had 20 power or 19 power on turn 2, so we can get some absolutely absurd draws with this deck. And even if we get a normal draw, where we just cast a bunch of zeros, cast a Frogmite, cast a Salvage Titan or a Barricade Breaker, that's still putting 8 power or something on the battlefield on turn 1, which, if our opponent does not have an answer, is probably going to win us the game. On the other hand, we did see some of the downsides of the deck, where we often choose to draw. We actually always choose to draw, but we often keep hands where we have a bunch of zeros, whatever, Paradise Manals and Briber's Purses, all these random zero mana artifacts, and then we have one payoff that we're trying to get out, a single Barricade Breaker, a single Salvage Titan, and if our opponent can Thought Seize us, or if we empty our hand on turn 1 or turn 2, and then our opponent's just oh, Pat the Exile, or a Braid, then things can go really, really wrong really, really quickly. So the deck is incredibly explosive. It's super unique. It's one of the most unique decks that I think I've seen in Modern for a long time. It's playing so many weird cards. It's playing actual Affinity cards. I mean, it's got Tooth of Grisgora. No one plays that. I've never, ever, ever seen that in play in a game of Magic. So it's really unique and really interesting, and it's really, really, really explosive. But at the same time, it is very glass cannony. We also have some games where we run out all of our stuff, and our opponent's Death Shadow, and we're oh, that's bigger than our finishers, so you just block our stuff. And since we don't really have removal or interaction, then it's hard to actually close out the game. But I thought the deck was really fun, and honestly, I think it worked better than I thought it was going to work. When I walked through the game plan and heard the game plan of intentionally choosing to go on the draw, which is, number one, not something you do. That by itself is weird. And then hope that you could just dump your hand on turn 1. I thought it was going to be really, really rough. And while we didn't quite post a winning record, even in some of our losses, they were super close. We had that game against Mono Red Prowess, that match against Mono Red Prowess, where it was right down to the end and our opponent had the Soul Scar Mage and just barely eked it out. So we're actually really close to winning a couple other games, and we can get some really unbeatable starts. We saw against Zombies in specific that we just ran out our stuff and had this huge, ridiculous board on turn 2, and it was enough to win us the game. So overall, I think Manaless Dredge, it is kind of memey, and it is definitely pretty janky, and it is certainly a glass cannon, but it is a glass cannon that can win some games, and it plays hilarious cards, and its good draws are just insanely funny and good. Who would have thought that you could win games with Barricade Breaker, and Briber's Purse, and Tooth of Grisgora, all those ridiculous cards? Who would have thought that would work in Modern? So definitely sweeter than I thought it would be, and really fun, and really unique, and cheap to put together. So I don't know. I liked it, and I thought it was fun, and also worth mentioning, most of the $88 budget is honestly attached to the ley lines in the sideboard. If you cut the Ley Lines of the Void and Ley Lines of Sanctity, yes, it makes the deck worse. Yes, we don't have a ton of stuff we can cast for free, but you could make this deck really, really cheaply. The main deck is ridiculously cheap. There is not much value stuffed in there. I guess the baubles are a little bit, Paradise Manals a little bit, but the deck is really cheap to put together. So if you want to put together, take it to an FNM or something, and just have fun with it, win some games, catch everyone's eye, I think it's a really good option for that. So, Manaless Affinity, top tier? No, not even close. Too inconsistent, too glass cannony, but able to win games and do it in a really awesome, unique, fun way, definitely hits the mark there. So, that's Manaless, quote unquote, well, 6 lands technically, but close enough. Manaless Affinity, that has been our budget magic for this week. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.